Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to a Monday edition of the Mark Moses Show podcast. As we're always broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. This is very key. Let me get you that phone number, 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. That's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Yes, hope you had a great weekend, but we are now back to the grind. And I want to start with what happened to me last night in the world of sports. I know there's like 50 billion crazy things going on in news, but I'm not here to talk news. Sports, entertainment, and more. That's the motto to this show. So last night I came to the office because I had to record a bunch of segments for News 13. If you're here in the, greater Central Florida, Orlando, Brevard, Daytona market, if you want to put it that way, yes, I go on News 13. So we're recording stuff for the Masters, NFL draft. We're trying to bang out a bunch of stuff for the next couple of days here. And we were talking Orlando Magic. We're going around the horn with different things. And we were really hammering last night talking about the Masters there for a second. And congratulations to Rory back-to-back. Green jackets. He is the man there at the Masters at Augusta. But it's so funny. So my idea was, my game plan, if you want to put it that way, was I'm going to drive to the office. I'm going to record all these segments for TV. And then I'm going to watch pretty much the second half of the Orlando Magic game against the Boston Celtics. And if you're just waking up from a coma, here's what happened. It's game 82. All the Orlando Magic have to do on a 5-game winning streak going into the game last night, they just have to beat the B squad. Or is it the C squad of the Boston Celtics? Games on national TV. It's on ESPN. It's one of the only games for game 82 that actually mattered with playoff implications on the line. Going into the game, the Magic could still get the 6th seed or maybe the 7th or the 8th. If they win, hey, they'd at least get to host a playing game. If they win and get help, maybe they get the 6th seed and they, avoid the play-in tournament altogether. Again, Boston did not start anyone. They were playing guys that have not played the whole season. It is one of those games. They're resting their team. They're locked into the 2 seed. They have nothing to play for. Orlando has everything to play for in this basketball game. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Here's a chance. Here we go. So I finish everything for TV. I'm in my office. I'm like, all right. I see that they gave up like a 40-point third quarter to Boston on national TV. Well, that's not good. And if you look at my phone, the Twitter feed, it's just doom, destruction, burn it to the ground. We're awful. We're terrible. And that's kind of summed up most of the season when you look at the Magic fans. And then in the fourth quarter, they make a comeback, as they should. All the starters are in for the Orlando Magic. They are making a comeback. And they get it all the way to a tie game with a minute to go. And I'm sitting here, I was going to go home and watch the end of the game. I'm like, no, I have to watch this. So I sat here alone in my office in a building that's pretty much all the lights are off. I am sitting there watching the end of the game. And Jalen Suggs, again, hits this 3, tie game. Okay. Maybe they could just finish this off and at least get the 7th seed. Because earlier we learned Toronto, they won their game, so you're out. You're not going to be the 6th seed. It's not going to happen. Just finish this off. I know it's been a disaster. Just win this game. And then Boston at a 3. Magic miss a shot. Magic miss another shot. Boston hits a free throw. Hits another. They win by 5. That loss last night, you could say, oh, it's the worst loss of the season. But honestly, it summed up the season. A season you went into with high expectations. A season you traded 4 first-round picks to get Desmond Bane, saying he's the final piece. Remember, 2 years ago, they were the 5th seed. They lost in round 1 to Cleveland in 7 games. And you thought, okay, let's build upon that. Then you go into last year. All right, let's get better. No, they disappoint. Injuries didn't help, but they disappoint. They're the 7th seed. Remember, last year at this time, they host Atlanta at the Kia Center, win that game. They're the 7th seed. They go to the playoffs. They lose in 5 to Boston. You're thinking with Desmond Bain, everyone coming back, this team should win 50-plus games, be a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. No, they end up with 46 wins, and they're in the 7-8 game. There's an opportunity here where the Magic could lose Wednesday night to Philadelphia on the road and then lose again Friday night at home, and they don't even go to the playoffs. Just because you're in the play-in tournament doesn't mean you're in the playoffs. No. You got to win the play-in tournament to actually get into the playoffs. That's what you need to do. This has been a disaster. I have been here since 2013. I've watched a lot of Orlando Magic basketball. The problem is I've watched a lot of bad. I think this is the worst season. I'd rather watch a 20-win team than a team with high expectations and a team that did nothing this year. I get it. Franz was out most of the season, but come on, man. What the hell is this? It's just awful. There were stretches this year. If they just would have put some wins together, they are a top 4 seed. They are a team that has a chance to make a deep playoff run. Remember, a couple weeks ago, what did they win? 7 in a row? And you're like, okay, we're clicking now. No, they just fall apart. What's the Dennis Green line? Okay, got to make sure I say it right. I can't screw this up. They are who we thought they were. Yeah, well, they're a 500 team pretty much, and they're right there, hopefully getting into the playoffs. Their record is exactly who they are. Maybe that's the term I need to use. Thanks, Dennis Green. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. They peaked 2 years ago. That's what I'm trying to say. They peaked 2 years ago, and they haven't gotten any better. That's the biggest disappointment of this franchise. They peaked 2 years ago, and they're not getting better. It's one of those things, and I like Jamal Mosley, but Jamal Mosley, as the head coach of this basketball team, can't get them to the next level. He can't. Coaching matters when you need to put a team together and show them how to win basketball games when it matters. Mosley has failed in that department. But at the same time, the front office has failed. All right, they got Paolo, they got Franz. They traded for Desmond Bain. But it feels like they're still missing things. And you look at the Jalen Suggs pick, and I like Jalen. But Jalen's not scaring anyone. Jalen's not a superstar. Same thing with the Anthony Black pick, 6 overall out of Arkansas. By now, he should have developed into a killer guard for this team. He shows flashes, but he's not a star either. They're still lacking in the backcourt. It's holding them back from becoming a contender in the Eastern Conference. That's the problem. They're not where they need to be. So it's one of those things where, all right, they'll probably, maybe, possibly get into the playoffs as the 7th seed, but they're going to lose to Boston again in 5 games. It's going to be deja vu 2 years in a row. And then what? Then who are you going to bring in? You thought you'd get Mike Malone, but he's going to be the new coach there at UNC. So let's say you get rid of Mosley. Then who are you bringing in that's really going to move the needle? Who are you going to bring in where it's going to be an awesome press conference and you're like, yeah, we're going to be better next year? That's what I'm concerned about this franchise. So it's not just the coach. It might be the front office as well. Do you believe in this front office right now to make the right decision on the next coach and to go into the draft? If they have any draft picks, I'm still confused by this. Can they bring in draft picks? Can they bring in free agents to help this team? Again, you gave a long-term deal to Paolo, long-term deal to Franz. Those are the cornerstones. Are you putting them in the best possible position to win? That's the question. Because right now I'd say no. No, you haven't. You haven't done that. Because, all right, let's say they win at Philadelphia. Then they go to Boston. They're not winning that series. They're not. All right, let's say they get the 8th seed instead. They're going to take on Detroit. I saw Detroit play at the Kia Center at full strength earlier this year. They beat up the Magic. Detroit won 60 games this year plus. They're the 1 seed. They got Cade Cunningham healthy. They're going to beat up the Orlando Magic as well. Maybe the Magic win a game. Again, it's so sad. I like this franchise. I like watching them, and I watched all 82 games this year. I still have not, since 2013 when I got here, I still have not seen them win a playoff series. And I've seen them win a combined, I don't know, on a hand. All right, so 19 and 20, they each won like a playoff game. So there's 2. They won 3 2 years ago. They won last year. That's not good. I have not seen them win a playoff series, and they haven't even won 10 playoff games since I've been here. That's the current state of the program. It is bad. Oh, man. And last night, finally, it felt like rip the Band-Aid off, and you saw the scar. You knew there was something under the Band-Aid, but now you finally saw it, and now you're poking it. They are not happy. The Magic fans, honestly, they haven't been happy the whole season. And that was just like the final straw. Now, look, the game's coming up Wednesday night. It's on Amazon Prime, 7:30 Eastern with the tip. I'm going to watch. You're going to watch. Philadelphia's not going to have Joel Embiid. Philly's still probably going to be favored in this game. And I wouldn't be shocked if Philly wins the game. My thought process as of right now, Monday afternoon, here's what I'm going to do. I am thinking of we're going to be there Friday night, and they're probably going to host the Charlotte Hornets in a game is up for grabs. And the winner of that's going to win the 8th seed. That's what I'm thinking. That's what my gut is telling me right now. That's what I think is going to happen. But I will say this on a positive note. Again, I'm sorry if I'm ripping the Magic, but they kind of deserve it today. I love this time of year. You know why? We don't have to watch regional sports networks anymore. We don't have to worry, oh, what game's on? Oh, well, that game's not on. Oh, is it on NBA TV? No, it's not. I like this. Every game's going to be on NBC or ESPN or Peacock or Amazon Prime. The games are going to be on. You can find the game. Finally. It's not like, well, we're just going to show the Lakers and Knicks for the 900th time. No. All playoff games are going to be televised. And it's the worst time of year for NBA players because they finally have to play. No more load management. No more nagging injuries. I just don't feel like it. No, you have to play basketball now. It's put up or shut up time. I love it. Same thing with hockey. It's going to be great. Next 2 months, non-stop playoff action. Love this time of year. And we did this segment for TV where it's like, all right, who's the biggest X factor going to the playoffs for the Orlando Magic? I said Franz Wagner. I did not think Franz was going to play this season. I did not think he was going to play, especially when he had the injury coming off that game. What was it? Where he played in Germany, then he got injured again in the England game. Then he was out, and he was out, and he was out. He was out for weeks on end, and we had no updates. Then he finally came back a couple days ago. I did not think he was going to play again this year. I did not. He's there. So use it as a bonus. A bonus. Give us something. We need Franz Wagner. If you're the Orlando Magic, you need him to give you 20, 25, and 10. He's got to step up. I know he's not 100%, but this is the time to shine if you're Franz Wagner. You need him. He's got to. Paolo's got to get his. Franz got to get his. That's the 1-2 punch. I did not expect Franz Wagner to even be in the playoffs. He needs to help this franchise now. Don't think about next year because you know what? Next year he can get injured again. You got to play now. So when you watch this, if you're listening to this, okay, this is very key. Franz Wagner is my X factor. He's got to step up. They need him to be Franz Wagner. That's what they need. Paolo's my guy. I mean, Paolo can get you 30 and 10. He's shown you in the playoffs. He's done it before. I need Franz Wagner to step up. I am. Because he can take pressure off Paolo. All right. You could tell. I'm ready. You can tell I'm ready for Wednesday night. I am. I enjoyed the Masters. I did. Congratulations to Rory. If you missed my conversation with, this is very key, with Todd Wright, it's posted, all socials, podcasts, all that stuff. It's a great conversation. He was great. Rory's awesome. He got it done. But the minute the Magic lost that game, Masters was thrown out the door. It was. We're going to have insight moving forward all this week. So keep it locked in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm always broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. Yes, 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. All right. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow right here on The Mark Moses Show.